Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Aisyah Ramadhani. I'm from Mandua, Samarinda. In this video, I would like to tell you a wonderful story entitled Derek the Camel. Please enjoy. Derek the Camel had the smallest hump of all the dromedaries that lived in the desert, and he didn't like that at all. Once there was a sandstorm that lasted for 2 days. When it finished, his master, Ahmed, was able to find his other camels because their humps stuck out of the sand. Not Derek's. It took Ahmed 4 days to find him because he was buried so deep and he did have a very small hump. All the other camels made fun of him. They laughed. Derek has no hump. Derek, you a chum. Ha 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 ha. Derek wanted a big hump so badly that he was always trying to trick the others. One time, when he was getting a drink from the only river that flowed through the desert, his feet got covered with mud. He looked down at them and got the idea that he could put mud all over and around his little hump to make it look bigger. He spent an hour carefully shaping the mud on his back. He even added some little twigs to make it look like fur. But the other camels knew right away that it was just another one of Derek's tricks. Ali, the biggest of all the dromedaries, got all the others to join in teasing Derek. Derek has no hump. Derek, you chum. Derek felt so sad. He went over to a giant pyramid and scraped the mud off of his back by rubbing his hump against the rough bricks. Another time, Ahmed was going to take the camels to an oasis far away to deliver supplies. Derek took 10 blankets that he had found in a tent and put them under his reading blanket. The other camels knew right away that it was just another trick. But Ahmed had been fooled. He climbed onto Derek's back and told everyone how his hump was the most comfortable hump he had ever ridden on. Derek felt so proud until the master turned sharply and all the blankets fell off. Ahmed landed with a thud in the sand. He yelled at Derek and was sent back home. Derek had gone right over to the date palm and pulled the biggest dates off, munching on them for hours. He tried to think of a way to get his hump to grow bigger. Some sheep of the desert you are, he bowed out loud to himself. The others are like Cleopatra's barge and I am only a canoe. Derek felt so sad. About a week after, the master had returned from the oasis with the other camels. Derek overheard them talking about the camel races that were coming up. Ali said that he thought he would win since he was the biggest. Omar said that he would win because he was the oldest. Khalid said that he would definitely win because he was the only white camel in Ahmed's herd. And everyone knew that white camels were better than all the other camels. But more than any of them, Derek wanted to win. He had been practicing a lot while the others had been gone. Ahmed came around to check the camels the very next day. He felt their necks, legs, and humps. Ali hated to have his leg touched, so when Ahmed came near him, he'd kick him. Omar didn't like having his neck touched, so he spit at Ahmed when he came by. Khalid, more than anything, didn't like anyone rubbing his white fur. so he bit Ahmed's hand. Ahmed was very angry, and he called them all silly camels. The last to be checked was Derek. As Ahmed cautiously neared him, he slowly raised his hand to feel Derek's neck. Derek didn't do anything. He didn't kick, he didn't bite, and he didn't spit at his master. He stood quietly. Ahmed was very pleased. He told Derek that he wanted him to win the camel race, even though his hump was not big. The day of the big race came. The master put all the camels in a line, then he walked far away to the finish line and sat in the tent to wait. The desert sun was very hot that day. Derek, with no harm! Derek, what a jump! What makes you think you can win against us? Omar rudely asked. We are bigger, older, and much nicer looking than you are, and you have no harm. Ali and Khalid laughed at Derek too. But he stood calmly, waiting for the race to begin. Someone shouted, Ready, get set, go! And the camels galloped away. Omar soon began to tire and slowed down to a trot. He was getting too old for camel races. As Derek passed him up, he said, Omar, just because I don't have a big hump, it doesn't mean I am not as good as you. Ali, the biggest, was the next to tire. He was too big for long-distance camel races. He slowed down to a trot, and Derek passed him, saying, Now is the champ, Ali. There was only Derek and Khalid now. The hot desert sun beat down on Derek's brown fur, but he still ran as fast as he could, until finally he passed Khalid. And as he did, he asked, Too many dates, Khalid? Derek galloped and reached the finish line first. The master came out of the tent, smiled at Derek. Then he presented him with a new reading blanket. It was the most beautiful one Derek had ever seen. It fit perfectly on his back. He was glad that he didn't have a big hump now. Ali, Omar, and Khalid came up to Derek later on that day. We are sorry for teasing you about your hump. You are a better camel than all three of us. Can you forgive us? Ali asked, speaking for the others. Derek thought about it for a minute. He was so happy. Nobody would ever tease him again about his hump. And he would be wearing the master prize blanket proudly upon his back. Come, my friends, I forgive you. Let us go and have some dates. Each of the four camels learned something that day. They walked off together, friends forever. The end. Thank you for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.